Pretty cool. First, it's got to start where it started, and Bill Thomas and General Motors Chevrolet division got together and decided that they were going to do a backdoor operation to compete against the Cobra because Chevrolet wasn't in active racing, and the Cobras were handing it to the Corvettes because of their weight advantage and they had disc brakes and et cetera,
Sure.
et cetera. Okay, so Bill Thomas and his race shop designed a car to get that job done, and there was first of all, they had to build 100 examples in a year to be able to be classified as a GT car, run in production class. Their small shop was having a difficulty doing that, but the cars, when they did hit the track, it showed the world that they were a better mousetrap.
Sure.
So SCCA and the FIA changed the rules to it had to be 1,000 cars. And at that point, GM knew that that wasn't going to be able to happen in an operation the size of Bill Thomas race cars. And they pulled the plug on their support. Thomas continued trying to build cars. There was a shop fire, which they lost a lot of equipment. There was cars that were damaged, et cetera, and at that point it was, the handwriting was on the wall. It was not going to happen. So we ended up with approximately, somewhere in the 20-ish cars
Wow.
produced, and they weren't keeping real accurate records type of thing because of their small operation. And the Cheetahs ended up running in SCCA C modified, which was basically race what you built.
Okay.
Type of thing. So the cars it was competing against was Chaparral, Lola, King Cobra from Shelby, and nowadays they call them prototypes.
Sure.
Type of thing. The cars were extremely fast. Because
How much do they weigh?
The full competition versions weighed about 1515.
No way. It's less than 2,000 pounds? Holy cow.
The street
Dude.
versions weighed about 1,700 pounds. And anyway, competition cars had the dual air meter, fuel injection on them, with 377 cubic inch small blocks, and average 500, 520 horsepower. That's supercar weight to horsepower ratio.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Yeah, it is.
The street versions had either a fuel-injected Corvette engine in it or two 4-barrel Corvette engine. So you're talking in the Chevrolet claimed 375.
Sure.
horsepower,
Somewhere in there.
If you tweaked them, 400 type of thing. So at Daytona in 1964, Ralph Salyer and Bud Clausen were both clocked at 215 plus miles an hour. first automobiles to go around Daytona at over 200 miles an hour.
You guys got your hands full.
The K&K Dodge.
I didn't realize it was that fast of a car.
Okay.
Holy cow.
In 1969, the K&K Dodge peaked nose winged Dodge went over 200.
Sure.
But it didn't go 215.
Wow.
At Road America, Salyer was clocked on the trap straightaway at 186 miles an hour. They didn't think it was, no, that something's wrong. Well, he just
do it again and again and again. How many times do you want me to do it?
Type of thing. So they were blisteringly fast. Initially, they were a little tweaky on the handling for two reasons. They didn't have things quite as stiff as they should. One of the first prototypes, car number 2, went to Chevrolet. They put it on a chassis dynamics machine and stuff like that, a lot of testing. They said, you got to do this, and that to the car. Guys that were racing them decided that, you know, she's a handful, and modified their cars. One particular racer housed his car with Bill Thomas, and the input was, and they modified, and eventually they were getting them to where they were
Sure.
not so much of a handful in handling.
I'm sure, just because of how light it is, it's just got to be
And then it had
all over the place.
Another thing where the engine placement and the driver, everything was so rearward that the driver literally sits between the rear tires. The engine's so far back there's no drive shaft. The transmission is coupled right to the differential with a universal joint. And okay, so the only way to explain the handling is like if you're in the front of the roller coaster, you feel like you've got some control.
Yeah.
If you're in the back of the roller coaster.
Yeah, it's almost like overreacting to a certain.
It's like cracking the whip.
Yeah.
And everything you
Like
feel,
a Mustang.
you overreact.
Sure.
So
Because you're way in the back. Yeah.
So you have to dial your mind into, if you feel the car doing something, don't radically make a change. Just let it happen.
Wow.
Type of thing. So,
So what you're saying is you're going to take the first few laps a little slow?
yeah. So anyway, the Cheetahs had a small following, but everybody that was at the races at the time and stuff like that fell in love with the radical looks, the
Sure.
differences. It was arguably, you know, I was in the 8th grade when the prototype made sports car graphic magazine and then Hot Rod and stuff like that. I looked at it and said,
That's when they come with the Hot Wheels right away?
That's the meanest looking car I've ever seen
Right.
in my life.
My paint rep was in here yesterday, and my paint rep and his boss were both drooling over it, and they're both like, we both had the Hot Wheels car as a kid.
So,
That's how they knew what it was.
Cox made a slot car.
Sure.
slot car racing was really big at that time, and the Cheetah ended up being the most popular slot car out there.
Now that you say that, I think I played with the Cheetah slot car. For real, as a kid. I'm just envisioning it now. Like, yeah, that was a weird looking car. I'm like, this is that car. Holy cow.
Okay, so then many years, a lot of water runs under the bridge and stuff like that. There's a handful of Cheetahs out there. A few of them are being vintage raced.
Sure.
And stuff like that. And a guy in Arizona that had a Corvette shop decided, okay, I think the Cheetah is something that would be interesting in recreating. Well, he didn't say, well, I'm just going to get my imagination together here. Took a real Cheetah and recreated it, knowing it had these shortcomings and this, and that, and engineered into its exactness 33% more,
rigidity potentially.
Took all the idiosyncrasies
Sure.
that they had learned
Sure.
out of it and stuff like that.
So it's even a better car then.
It gained a little weight,
Sure.
but it was all good weight type of thing.
Still under
So,
under 2,000. Still under 2,000.
He built the car. He was having good success with it. Got a hold of Bill Thomas. Bill Thomas looked at what he was doing, and they decided, let's build a continuation car and finish the 100 cars.
Sure.
type
So
of
there's
thing.
only how many? So even with the recreations and the old ones, how many of them are there? Like
There
hundreds?
was 35 licensed.
Really?
There was
No
35
way.
licensed continuation cars built, and then Bill Thomas passed away, and so that ended it. And there's 15 known Cheetahs that exist right now, 10 in the United States and 5 in Europe. So
I didn't know they were even that rare.
35, 45, 50, because that's a real cheetah. That's not a,
Oh, no kidding.
right.
Jesus.
I mean, it's,
Oh, you guys are blowing my mind today.
right.
I didn't even know what I was touching for the last couple days.
Right. So anyway, there's evolution cars built, there's home builds, there's kit cars, et cetera, but a licensed continuation with a certificate that there's a certificate with this car, and it distinctively says, Cheetah build number 009
That's crazy.
of the continuation cars.
Crazy.
And the very last one is sitting in my garage, number 35.
Hell yeah. I'll have to check that thing out this summer for sure.
So it's the difference between this car and the one sitting out at our place is that car's a big block, and that's based on the 6th original Cheetah that was built. Left Bill Thomas's shop as a small block car with Rochester fuel injection on it.
That's cool.
The guy that owned it was Jack Goodman, the owner of Clarence Dixon Cadillac, Hollywood, California. He decided he was going to get his race license and race that car. So, car went back to Thomas. They prepped it for full racing. The guy was enjoying himself enough that when, and Thomas was doing all the work on the car to maintain it as a race car. In '65, when the big block came out in the Corvette 396, he had Thomas totally rebuild the car as a big block. They even put the big block in there.
I'd
It
imagine.
had to be modified because the car wasn't wide enough.
Right, yeah.
in the engine bay for a big block.
Sure.
So they totally modified the car, put the big block in it. They put four-wheel disc brakes on it because the original cars had Corvette components.
Sure.
With drums. And they went and they put one of the prototype M22 gearboxes in the car. They went racing, and at that point he sold the car.